Hi guys, I hope you all are doing absolutely fine. Now this video is for all you young mommies who have these little ones moving around in the house, keeping you on the toes all the time, creating a fair amount of stress and anxiety on a daily basis. But you know what, there's nothing to feel stressed. You just have to be a little more organized and a little more intelligent. You know, I'm speaking out of experience because I am managing not one but 80 to 100 toddlers in my preschool and daycare. It's not very difficult. I have a golden tip to share with you, and I'm going to do all of that in this video. So watch this video right till the end. If you want to share it with your friends, share it with your friends. Press the subscribe button and the like button, and I'll see you on the other side of the video. Now the golden tip for managing your toddler is set a schedule in their life. Now when I say set a schedule, it means that the activities the child does on a daily basis need to flow in a sequence one after another, almost in the same sequence every day. I mean, you can't change the sequence very often. So this flow of sequence of activities has to remain same almost every day. Now let me give you an example. The child gets up in the morning, has a glass of milk, goes down in the park to play, comes back, has breakfast, then plays with books and blocks, then probably takes bath, then after that has lunch, sleeps, so on and so forth right till then. So here we have flow of activity. Now this flow of activity you should ensure remains same almost every day. There should be no change. There can't be playing of blocks and books after lunch and doing something that we do before lunch in the morning. No, nothing like that has to be done. You have to ensure that flow of activities remains the same. Number one. Number two, it's not necessary that the timeline of the activity have to remain the same. Now let's say for example, someday you can start the day at 9, someday at 8, someday at 10, depending upon the schedule that is there in your house. But flow has to remain the same. The sequence has to remain the same. Because when sequence remains the same, the child also knows what is the next activity that's going to come up. In this predictable environment, children really tend to thrive, and they are much more easier to manage, and they flow very beautifully from one activity to another. If this happens, you know what, your child remains happy. There is fair amount of less stress in your life. And best of all benefits, all those difficult times of the day, let's say eating of breakfast, let's say going for bath. Now when they know coming back from park, I will be served breakfast, and till the time I do not have my breakfast, I will not be given blocks and books to play. He will eventually end up having the breakfast. And then after books and blocks are done, I have to go for bath, because till the time I do not go for bath, I will not be able to do the activity after that, which could be anything like listening to rhymes, so on and so forth. So child somewhere is able to very quickly sequence the activities in his mind. They don't have concept of plan. If you tell them, you know, it's 2 o'clock, do this, it's 3 o'clock, do that, they don't understand that. They organize their day by flow of activities. So this is something very important for us to understand. Now, one big benefit of following a schedule in a child's life is that it also very subtly teaches them the idea of self-control, because he knows if I do not pick up all my books and blocks that I was playing with, mama is not going to take me in for bath, or till the time I do not take bath, I will not be given my rhyme time, or I wouldn't be given my TV time, so on and so forth, whatever the case may be. So they will eventually end up a task, and then they know that the next activity will be provided to them. Now to follow this schedule, obviously a fair amount of persistence and patience is required from your side in the beginning. Let's say for a week, 10 days, but after that you will realize that kids become very easy to manage. And I've seen this, you know, in my daycare, children used to so seamlessly flow from one activity to another, because they knew once we have our lunch, we pick up our plates, put in the sink, come to our room, do playtime for 15 minutes, and then the moment we used to give them a cue, they would just get up on their own, go to their bedding, take and sleep on their beds. Without no stress, no anxiety, everybody was happy. So that is how it has to be done at home also. Now one thing that I would want to make here is, you know, something that we need to ensure is that when we are transitioning from one activity to another, We have to give a lot of respect to the child. Many a times what we end up doing is that, let's say for example, after playing of blocks and books, we have to go for bath. Now suddenly the child is playing with books and blocks and the mother comes, pick up everything, we have to go for bath, we have to go for bath. No. And the child is confused, what am I supposed, because in the middle of an activity, right? So he's confused, he doesn't want to leave that and he doesn't want to go for bath, leaving that activity. So before you are expecting a child to move from one activity to another, start giving some conclusion cues or transition cues. Now 5 minutes before the end of activity, start saying, why don't you pick up all your blocks and put it in the box? We'll be going for bath in 5 minutes. So say that 5-10 minutes, so that it gets the child ready in that frame of mind that yes, now this activity I will have to end and then go for bath. So this much of respect we'll have to give to our child in terms of the task that he's at or the activity that he's involved in. So this is something that we have to ensure. Now one thing more I would want to tell you with respect to the schedule is that in this entire schedule of activities that is happening with the child, you have to structure a time slot when you're giving undivided attention to the child. What happens many a times, children throw tantrums just to gain attention. And the best time to have this really undivided attention time of your child is just before bedtime. Before bedtime, have a very calm environment, peaceful. Spend about 20-25 minutes with your child discussing the day, reading a book, playing some game. Whatever time you're spending with your child, let it be undivided. No doorbells ringing, no calling out for you from anybody else in the family. It's just you and your child. So when your child is assured of your attention at the end of the day, you will see over a period of time, he will not trouble you through the day, he will not throw tantrums, and he will flow from one activity to another during the day very, very seamlessly. Last but not the least, if following a particular schedule of your child is causing a fair amount of stress on you as a parent, because you're not able to match it with your work schedule or anything else, tweak it a little bit, because ultimately it's also about you being happy, you being at peace. Because if you are stressed, you are not at peace, any which way the schedule of child will not last for long. So tweak it a little bit, be slightly flexible, and I'm sure things are going to be absolutely fine. You're going to manage your toddler just wonderfully. And if you need any support, you need any suggestions, please write in the comment section. I'm always there to help you.